In this video, we look into the bizarre world of African pastors and the shocking, unbelievable miracles they have performed. Prophet Makandiwa. Prophet Emmanuel Makandiwa is a Zambian pastor, a teacher, and a prophet. He's the founder and senior pastor of United Family International Church, a non-denominational mega church with its headquarters in Harare, Zimbabwe, and has branches in Botswana, South Africa, the United Kingdom, Australia, and Zambia. Makandiwa is known to hold prayer and healing sessions in his church. Even though the man of God had been accused of staging miracles in his church, the pastor claims he can cure HIV and many scientifically incurable illnesses. The one that caught our attention was when the man of God attempted to make his church members lose weight instantly through prayers. According to Makandiwa, his prayers would make members of his congregation lose up to 20 kg instantly. The man of God went on to declare that God gave him creative power and he was going to use it to reshape their body. The congregation could be seen rejoicing as he led them in the weight loss prayer.
Are you overweight? And you are struggling with that. Some are going to lose 5 kg, some 10 kg, some 20 kgs.
In another instance, the man of God claimed to make a young lady grow taller by commanding her legs to grow by prayers. The pastor also claimed to restore a damaged vocal cord, even though we could clearly see the young man trying to fake a damaged voice. Very poor acting skills, I must say. Prophet Andrew Ejimadu. Prophet Andrew Ejimadu, also known as Seer1, is a Nigerian-born pastor and self-acclaimed prophet. He is the founder and general overseer of Christ Freedom Ministries. He had his church in Zimbabwe but was deported after he was arrested and jailed for defiling a minor, a girl of just 14 years old. This controversial prophet claims to have the power to produce money. In one of his Sunday services in church, he told his congregation that God deposits money in his stomach every morning and that he would be loaded with millions in different currencies right in his stomach. To prove that he was telling the truth, he told his congregation that he would vomit money right there in service from the money God deposited inside him. The prophet then instructed some of his church workers to bring a basket. As he sat down, he began to vomit money and left his members scrabbling to pick the monies coming from the man of God. It was indeed an unbelievable act, which many have attributed to dark magic, accusing the man of God of using Nigerian juju to work his miracles. In another instance, the prophet claimed he could also make money to appear in people's pockets. He chose a young man from his congregation to demonstrate this power. He asked the young man to check his pocket if he had any cash on him, which the young man checked and confirmed he didn't have a dime. The pastor then prayed and asked the young man to check again, and lo and behold, money appeared in his pockets. Pasheka Franz Mostneneg. Born April 8, 1968, he is popularly known as Prophet PFP Muru or Prophet Mboro. He is a South African televangelist and self-acclaimed leader of Incredible Happenings Ministry, with its main church based in Katlehong, East Rand of Johannesburg, South Africa. The man of God, which many refer to as a sexual pervert, had in 2011 claimed to deliver a lady from a spiritual husband by inserting his hands in her vagina right there in church on a Sunday live service. Allegedly, this was not the first time he would do that, as it is in fact a usual method of deliverance in his church. In 2013, Mostneneg allegedly healed some of his congregants of erectile dysfunction and recorded them having sex to prove they had indeed been healed, and even went as far as sending the video footage to be broadcast on live television when the South African Broadcast Commission deemed the content inappropriate and the clip never aired.
This piece on my biscuit. Die!
Prophet Jeremiah Omoto. Prophet Jeremiah Omoto Fufuyin, born 15 February 1971 in Burutu, Delta State, Nigeria, is a Nigerian pastor, preacher, and self-acclaimed prophet. He's the founder and head prophet of Christ Mercy Land Deliverance Ministry, CMDM, which headquarters in Efron, Delta State. This controversial pastor has been accused of deceit and using the ignorance and desperation of his congregants to gather wealth for himself. In 2022, the prophet released a footage of the exact moment God gave him the keys to people's problem. In the video, we could hear the voice of God talking to the prophet as a thunderous storm rages and a key magically appears on the stone he was kneeling on.
Jeremiah, my humble servant, I have heard your cry. I have given you the keys of the kingdom of heaven. It is the master key. As they follow your instructions, they will succeed and testify.
And in order for him to unlock your problems, you will have to buy his t-shirts, anointing oil, stickers, and handkerchiefs. Emmanuel Nguni. Pastor Emmanuel Nguni is a South African pastor and lead preacher at End Times Disciples Ministries Church. Nguni had been tagged the snake pastor for bringing a live snake into church and telling his congregations to queue up and kiss the snake as the snake holds their blessing. One day, this deranged pastor told his congregation that God had given him the power to turn anything he laid his hands on into food. One day, many of his church members found themselves in the hospital after he fed them cockroaches, live rats, and even made some of them drink detergent. According to the pastor, if Jesus could turn water into wine, he too could turn these rodents into sweet, delicious burgers and the detergent into a cold bottle of Pepsi.
You eat quickly. Limited time today.
Shepherd Bushiri. Self-acclaimed Shepherd Bushiri is a Malawian pastor and businessman. He's the leader of the Enlightened Christian Gathering, a church which holds its service in a mega church auditorium in Pretoria, South Africa. Shepherd Bushiri, even though he's one of the richest pastors in Africa, is also one of the most controversial. This pastor has seen it all. In 2019, the pastor released a video footage of himself supposedly walking on the air. However, when you take a closer look at the video, quickly found out that he had two men on each side holding him up by the hand as he wiggles his leg to further complete the act. The pastor shocked his congregation when he stated that he would take a picture of somebody from the realm of the spirit using an iPad. In the crazy act, we see the pastor take an iPad from a seemingly random person to perform the trick. He holds the iPad up, and in what seems to be a poorly choreographed magic act, Prophet double-clicks the gallery button to reveal an already existing picture and then moves his hand as though he actually took a photograph. The church roared, but social media investigators swoop into action, slows the clip and zooms in to reveal how he clicked the gallery before pretending to click the camera shutter. The man of God at one point summoned angels in a live service that could only be seen on camera. I mean, people were physically in church, didn't actually see the angels, but could see them on a screen. A good look at the clip shows a poorly photoshopped act to create an illusion of angelic visitation. In the same service, he claimed to call down fire from heaven to consume charms which were brought to the service. Prophet Lesego Daniel. Prophet Lesego Daniel is the founder of the Rabboni Center Ministries in South Africa. This pastor told his members that he could turn petrol into orange juice. He brought in a can of premium motor oil and poured it on a piece of material and set it on fire to prove that the content of the can is truly petrol. He then prayed on the substance and declared it has now turned into orange juice. He first shook the substance and drank, and then called on his congregations to line up and take the substance as well.